guys, so I threw a bridal shower for my little sister-in-law, and I decided to incorporate all of these fun succulents and succulent projects. So I'm just going to show them to you. I'm going to show you how to put together one. If you need to forward through the topiaries and the wreath, I show you examples of those, and not necessarily how to put together the pieces, but how to put together the project. So you can forward through if you need to get to those. But first, what I'm going to do is show you that there's a lot of different kinds in the shop, several, and I'm going to show you how to put together one of these so that you get a basic idea of how to put one of these together. Okay, so most of them come with either a circle base, or this is from the wreath one, some kind of base like this that you can work from. So this one has a circle base, and it also has these little tiny leaves that have a cutout in them. Let me find one that's cut out. Here we go. So this one has a cutout in it, and this cutout has to be glued together like this. So we're going to do that. And this one also comes out with some leaves that do not have cutouts at all. So these are going to be your bottom ones, and then the cutout ones you're going to want to glue together just like this. Let me just show you. So I just like putting a dot of glue at the bottom and then pulling them together like that. Hold it in place with your fingers for just a second. And there you go, it's done. Pretty quick and easy. Okay, so let's get started building this thing. Every single one is a tiny bit different. Several of them have like inner pieces, like this one right here. The point is just to make sure that you get lots and lots of leaves in there so that it looks nice and full. Okay, so for this one, we're going to finger press like this, and then we're going to glue down. And we have 5 here, so we're just going to work our way around. And finger pressing is key here to get it to do exactly what you want it to do. I also should say while I'm doing this that the finger pressing is different on every single one. So just be aware of that. The way you finger press it is how it will turn out. And every single one can be finger pressed a million different ways. So do it the way you want, what you think would be great. And you'll notice I worked my way all the way around instead of doing, you know, side to side or whatever. Okay, so now we're going to work with these bigger petals. Let's see if I can sort them here for you guys. There's our medium-sized petals. And there we go. Okay, so once again, we're going to work our way around. So I'm going to start right here. And if I want it to go out a little bit, I can kind of glue it out. Oh, and I should do it. See, notice how I had that right to that one. I'm kind of doing it in between each of these petals so that you get kind of an aerial effect so that they're all working their way around. This one in particular has really tight, a tighter inside. So if you wanted to put your petals out a little bit, you could. And you can see how I'm kind of doing that. I don't think it really matters. I think this is your choice for sure. Okay, medium-sized petals, and you can see I'm once again trying to put that point in between the other 2 points. And that's not always going to work, but just make sure they're not lined up. Okay, so this is one of the few ones where as you get into the middle, it's really going to start getting really tight. Not all of them are like this. So as you start getting into the middle, you might have to start curling the ones you have left like this. Does that make sense? So just going to do that a little bit more on this one. That way these in the middle kind of stand up a little bit straighter. You might have to hold them in place a bit. And with any of these succulents, you can change the look by the way you finger press it and curl it. You can decide to leave out centerpieces, you can add centerpieces, and by the way, you can mix and match them as well. Okay, so this center is pretty tight, and I am gonna just, see how I just tuck this in? Not all of them are like that. For example, look at this one over here. It just has like some middle pieces that you put together. Or this piece right here, okay? So all of them are just a little bit different that way, but this will give you a good idea of how to proceed. Okay. All right, so this one can be done a couple of ways. If you don't feel like you want these flat pieces to lay out, you can also glue up. In fact, I'm gonna do that so I can just show you guys. I'm gonna just put a little bit of glue right here and glue up just one side, just this one other side, just to give it even more 3D appeal. Okay, that's the final one. So I would get all of these hot glue strings off, because that's what happens when you make these types of flowers or succulents. And then for the back, all you're gonna do is you are gonna fold back this piece, glue this top piece, just kind of center it here. Do the same thing on the opposite side. Now, it is your choice if you want to actually glue together those two pieces. I generally don't. The whole point of this is just to be able to stick it straight into the sand or whatever I'm putting it on, so it's really, really easy to hold it in place. But there you go. Okay, so that is how you put together your basic succulent. So I have a few other things I need to show you, including, let me show you. Let's see if you can see this. So I have some topiaries, and I have a short, medium, and a tall one. And they all have different succulents that attach to them. But I've tried really hard to make it easier, only 3 cuts per each of these little flower pieces. And you see I've glued it to the styrofoam ball. Just so you know, when I'm doing it, my short one, the styrofoam ball I'm using is like a 5.7. The medium is a 6.7, and I think my tall one is a 8-inch styrofoam ball. And I put styrofoam at the bottom, and I'm using a dowel. Let me just show you guys that. That will just be painted green. I haven't decided on my lengths yet, but I would say, you know, about 3 inches probably for your short one, 4 to 5 inches for your medium, and, you know, 7 or 8 inches for your tall one. But of course you can make it longer or taller, or you could even sit this straight into the pot and it would be really cute. So let me just show you. These are the medium succulents, and you can see I've tried to cover a wide area here so that as you're covering it, the number of pieces you have to make for it is not as bad. I mean, if we made it really small, you'd be covering all day long. And the same with the large ones. So the large ones look like this. But all you have to do, I'm just going to show you on the medium one, since I already glue, is you're just going to glue this in place, and you can glue, I actually like putting it on the back of the flower or the succulent first. Glue that into place, and then just find a spot really nearby. Don't scrunch it up. With these, because of the way the star shapes are, I'm gonna wanna squish it underneath like that. I'm gonna go like that, and then just get it up under there. And the centers are meant to be 3D'd up a bit so that you have some dimensions here. But you can even do it, you can fluff it at the end once it's actually on. But that's it, you're just hot gluing it all the way around. You can also use pins if you would like, and use a pin and put it right down into it. Okay, let me show you, oh, I have to show you this project. This is my favorite Okay, so I am doing a square succulent wreath for this project, and I am so excited about it. Okay, so the succulent, I'm going to show you how to make it. It does have a few pieces in it, which is a little bit problematic because you are making a million of these, right? If you're going to do one of this scale. Okay, so let me show you how to put it together. So it should come with about 4 pieces like this that go up, and 2 back pieces, a middle piece, and then the very front pieces. So of course these need to be finger pressed up, and then glue in the center, offset that with the second piece, finger press up, okay, just like that. And then you're going to put these pieces on, and these were the ones that were cut in the middle. I've already glued them together, but just offset these as well. Just like that. And then you have this center piece, and I would go ahead and finger press this one before I put it in. Putting these leaves in is what keeps the 3-dimension on the wreath itself. And then these middle pieces, and I actually like putting these 2 together first before I put it in. So go ahead and finger press those up, just like that. And then I like these because then you can push them up like that. They're really a great center. Glue on the back and put right in the center here. And this can be fluffed up as little or as much as you want. Now, to put it onto your wreath, I'm using a wire today, and you could use styrofoam or something else if you would like. But I want you to take a look at the back. So what I do is I like to place my my succulent first. So I'd put it on like this. I would flip it over like this, and I'd be like, okay, it's going right there, okay? Because I care more about what it looks on the other side, right? So there's these circle pieces that you should have received in the file itself. So you're going to cut those out, glue onto that circle piece, and put it wherever this wire touches the succulent. And just do that all the way around. And it will make a really cool wreath. I'm super excited about this one. So last but not least, I just want to show you guys a couple of other projects that went into this, including the wedding flags. So there are several of these. They're hard to look at. They're all lacy. They're fun cutouts. So make sure and check those out if you want to do some kind of fun cutout flags. This one's a little simpler. The other thing is these are like lacy cards, which can be used for wedding or otherwise to be put on the favor tags. And then another thing are these cute little cupcake toppers. And this is pretty long so that you can just fold it in half, you know, fold along the score lines, and then take that entire piece and stuff it right down the middle. And then this cute little line piece you can cut, put into it. Now, because mine is Mexican themed, that's why I've chosen these colors. But you could do this in white and yellow. You could do it in lots of colors, and it would be really, really cute. It's just like an extra little goodie on the top of your cupcakes. And of course, I will be using these succulents not only in the sand, but like in sand vases. But I'll be using them in other little cute displays, and as well as little cake toppers. So I'm just going to show you a few of those things right now. So keep an eye out for these cute projects in my silhouette shop.